That's fantastic. And look, you just talked about work being done in a long time, then few days, and now in few minutes. Right? We'll touch upon that later.
Yes, absolutely.
But I want to know more about what were those defining moments that inspired you to start your two AI companies, AI2Easy and Decipher. So maybe we can talk about how the names came in and what are you trying to do through those companies.
Absolutely. Decipher, as the name suggests, it's helping you decipher, deciphering the information. And that's what the whole idea of the name was, and that's what the business is. It kind of understands long form content, whether it's video, audio, your webinars, podcasts, whatever. Once you put it into the system, it understands it semantically and then be able to generate any insights from there, or you can have a conversation with that as well. It's like, in past, you always had a one-way conversation with any kind of a document. What the goal or the mission with Decipher is that can you have a conversation with any content? So assuming this podcast, you hear that and you'll understand. But now if you wanted to ask something, what would be Nikhil's thought or what would be Abhi's thought on this? And you ask that question and it'll, based on your whole podcast, if you give some inkling or some insinuations about what that might be, that's where it becomes very interesting. So that's how the whole Decipher journey started.
Oh, that's amazing. And I did have a look at Decipher a few days back, and it is so easy to just log in and start working on it. The learning curve is so easy. You can get started immediately.
Correct. And that was something which we kind of had a very strong, a principle for us, that the UX should be so simple that our parents, my parents, can use it. That was kind of our litmus test, that if they can use it, then it's a great product. And then obviously ChatGPT came, and again, as I mentioned, AI has been there. But what kind of made it super, super successful was the simple interface, that a single line, a box where you can ask anything and it starts talking. That became, the UX of that became the turning point for that. It became the fastest ever product to reach 100 million users. Amazing. So that kind of principle kind of stayed in our head and saying, how can we make a product so simple? Now, while building Decipher, we spoke to probably 200, 300 businesses, business owners, people who were using Decipher or are using Decipher, and kind of started talking to them and understanding their problems. Now, while building and solving their content problem, we started realizing there are bigger or fundamental problems in the workflows or processes which have a higher impact or a major impact to the business, operations. Like on daily basis, they are suffering that pain. The data comes in one format, it's in a PDF format. Someone sits through, reads the PDF, and that enters into the case management system or a CRM system. Now, because we had built Decipher, because we had done some of those early works, we realized that there are so many workflows of these which could be automated or be added into the workflow of businesses, which can help them move faster, remove those repetitive tasks. And that's what the genesis of AI2Easy came. That can we help business processes where it's already, what you can do with it. And the name AI2Easy came from that. Let's make AI easy and super easy. Again, the UX, that simple process, you're putting something in here and it's coming out and it's adding. You're not changing your workflows. You're not changing your tools, which you're comfortable with email. You can just type in an email address, which is your AI system, and talk to it and it'll respond to that. So understanding those workflows and that UX, which people are comfortable with, then pushing that along. So that's how the name AI2Easy came.
Beautiful. And the name itself is so easy, right? AI2Easy.
Yes.
Beautiful. That's a good story. I'm keen to understand, as you were talking to those 200, 300 businesses, what were the few top problems that you identified and then started working on the platforms? It'd be good to know about a couple of problems and how both the AI tools are solving those problems?
Absolutely. Decipher, obviously, we know uh, the fundamental problem is that there's so much of data hidden in your videos and audios. There's so much information there, and there's not many tools which can understand that in that semantic level and then use it for whether you have your client meetings. Assume you have a client and you're having a weekly meeting with them. After a month, after a couple of months, amount of information you have gathered in those meetings is amazing. Now, assume you're writing a new proposal for that client or for sending a. Wouldn't it be amazing to use all that information which you had to then help you understand what the previous challenge was, what the new challenge is, or what kind of information they care about, whether they care about privacy, whether they care about security, what do they care about, speed, UX, all those contexts. Now when you're writing your new proposal, use that information to help you write that is amazing. And that's how the whole Decipher workflow works, that it builds your knowledge base of all the audio, video, and documents, so that when you're doing something next, it allows you to use your past knowledge and information to help you define that. So that is the most common problem Decipher is solving. On AI, on the consulting or the common business problems, it's data. Data is all over the place, and it's multiple systems which they don't talk to each other. And having that single layer of knowledge which can understand that data and then help you answer. For example, most common is, in an e-commerce world, it's very common. Where is my order is a common email or a customer request which comes in. And right now, most of the businesses have a person, a customer support agent, who looks at it and then responds, your order will be here. And if they don't respond, the customer satisfaction starts going drop. If it's more than 24 hours, 48 hours, there's a second email already about that same thing. Where is my order? I have been following it up, right? Now, think of it as this information is already in an auto management system, whatever your ERP or your inventory management system you're using. What if you had a simple layer on top of that, which understands the query and can access your data and respond to that in an automatic manner? How simple would that life of that customer agent will be? He or she can then focus on trickier, complex queries where you need to manage the refunds, or they need to exchange few things, or they need to have a very complex workflow which AI doesn't understand yet. And that's the value add of what business workflows you can add.